Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another match in the Metroid Prime Randomizer Summer 2021. And joining me on top is Bash Prime. Hello, Bash.
Hello. I don't know if you're coming through muffled on the restream. You are for me, just as a heads up.
Well, that's fun. I'm glad that this is just now coming up.
You want to start over?
Let's start over. Hello. As you can see, the racers have already begun at this point, just now starting. But I am Elias Thompson, commentating here with Bash Prime.
Hello, Elias Thompson, commentating here with Bash Prime. How are you doing?
Yeah, that's my full name, actually. It's on my birth certificate.
Hey.
We have a good race. Wow. Okay.
Looks like we're going to see some Chozo plays here.
Yeah, that got started a lot quicker than I thought it would.
Interslice, realizing that despite being a fan of Flagra, it's not necessarily a good idea to go visit Flagra right now. So, wisely backtracking to go through Main Plaza. Interslice will... Oh, and Sasquatch is just going for it. I mean... Oh, wow. I respect this play. So...
I'm not sure, can he damage Flagra? Oh, he's got the power bombs. He's got main PBs,
yes.
Right?
So you can damage Flagra. Okay, looks like some stream delay going on. Oh no, it was just a sync up, I think. So you can damage Flagra just before starting to fight. However, the fight must be started in order to kill Flagra.
Blow. Yeah, you'll see that strategy here in a second. But as you can see, these runners are both starting with 3 extra starting items, being the Morph Ball, Boost Ball, and Power Bombs. This is one of many racers agreements that these two racers have agreed to. As you can also see, they started in a random room, being, I believe, was it Sun Chamber Tower?
Like Sun Chamber, it was like Sun Tower Access or something.
Sun Tower Access.
This is a new thing with the new patch updates, courtesy of Toaster Party, that you're now seeing with the included in the Randovania variant of Prime 1 randomization. A big improvement, in my opinion. Like, I'm so glad this is now a thing where you can just start in like any arbitrary room in the game.
Yeah, and as you can see with the check that Interslice just did there, there is also random two-way elevators between areas enabled. So we got elevator rando here, excluding, of course, Impact Crater.
If only, you know?
You just not worry about artifacts once you find the right elevator.
Just get that elevator one way to credits, no problem at all. That might be an Echoes only thing.
The only other the only other runner's agreement they have here is warp to start is disabled, so we will not be seeing any quick warping, which is kind of a nice thing because you don't have to worry about safety saving and potential crashes too much.
Yeah, I think the safety saving is like, while it's not an ideal solution, I think I do think warp to start is a welcome addition to Randomizer. There are a few. While I'd say there are more relevant cases in like Prime 2 for it than Prime 1, you still have the likes of Lower Mines and Pirate Labs without Ice Beam to consider. Well, seeing that Interslice did grab Ice Beam,
yeah,
not too concerning. And it looks like Sasquatch has pulled off the Flogger kill.
Yeah, it got a little sketchy there. Got a little on.
And there's Flamethrower already validated right out the gate. Wonderful. Okay, yeah, so you did, so that's all the racer agreements that we have in place.
That's the entire list. We got through all of them. 3.5 minutes in.
Yeah, I will say it does pale in comparison to tomorrow's race between Lokier and Uncle Reggie, where the only racer agreement is that all nothing items have been replaced with Wave Busters.
That's really the ultimate racers.
Oh my god. Really. Did you see what Sasquatch just picked up? I didn't think that this was a thing for beginner logic, but I guess I was wrong.
Well, with this many, I don't know if they're dealing with beginner logic anymore because they've got still the trick difficulties there, but with all the other random little things are going to get funky potentially. He's going to have maybe one shot at early wild here.
I don't know what's worse.
Nice health.
Bombs on Flogger in the first 4 minutes or bombs on Thardus in the first, like, 30?
Uh, I would say if... Ooh.
Not getting it. Oh, that...
Negative.
If early wild is something that's considered, then...
It's only considered if you have Spider Ball,
Okay.
I believe. And given where this started, it probably would want supers as well. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm curious if Spider's going to be early.
There's a lot of little logic, I don't know, nuances.
Warp to start would have actually helped too, like if that ends up being the case. Okay, Wave Beam on Hive Totem, which I didn't see Interslice pick up, so that's
we've got a decent spread here. Interslice is all the way back in back Talon. Sasquatch obviously did Flagra and is now sort of exploring more of Chozo. It looks like parts that Interslice... well, it looks like Interslice also got Wave Beam. I didn't see that, actually. So, but still some interesting route diversions. That bombs that early is going to be a big early advantage for Sasquatch, I think.
Okay, good news. We do have validation from both players.
Yep. It's a fair race now.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting seeing what else Sasquatch might go for in terms of this matchup, because Interslice is the #1 seed going into Swiss brackets.
Yeah,
won the Swiss stages
last year. Yeah,
yeah, won the tournament last year. So, I'm curious to see if Sasquatch will go for riskier strats for the sake of potential time save. Wanting to get extra missiles here.
Yeah, it's certainly possible. The play to do Flagra, I would assume Sasquatch would also assume that Interslice would have done, given that they started with power bombs. But it's interesting that he didn't. So we'll see. We'll see if that plays out in any way that matters here. As Interslice is very slowly making his way back into that part of Chozo where you can go in the front door. Although it doesn't really... Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me. I'm trying to think through this. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bash. The little bomb wall at the top of Arboretum is only
just occurred to me.
Bombs. Yeah,
you need bombs, so
you need to go in the back way.
I didn't even think about the fact that Interslice has to
Spider Ball,
and we'll need to find a way to boost up. I think because of it, because you do have the separation between the parts of the spider track. Yeah, that's oh my gosh. That didn't even occur to me that since he already went down, like...
Or yeah, no, that... Oh, yeah. Even just to climb that spider track, you'd traditionally need bombs. Maybe there's a way to do it without it, but I sure don't know it.
Yeah,
this could be pretty bad
for all that's going to be... Yeah. Now, I mean, Interslice has a good amount of Prime 1 experience, so I wouldn't be surprised if...
Yeah, I don't think we'll get into a situation where he's stuck, but he might have to do some really funky stuff just to get his bombs.
So, I mean, this is a good early game advantage for Sasquatch, depending on whether Interslice needs to reset. Granted, Wave and Ice Beam already from the get-go, which suggests to me that either late Fendrana is in an adjacent elevator or mines, potentially.
Yeah, I mean, with Wave and Ice together, you almost have the entire game opened up to you door-wise, with the exception really being just lower mines. Which you don't really want to go to anyway, so it's nice that you can.
Right. I will acknowledge Captain in the chat saying bees. Still a little bit behind on the new inside jokes of 2021 Prime Randomizer server, but
yeah, I will admit I mostly hibernate throughout the year in the Randomizer community, only coming out for the tournament. But I try to catch up pretty quickly. So yeah, you pretty clearly see that Interslice has got the quicker and more fluid movement overall. But that just bombs location, the coincidental bombs location, could spell a more even matchup here between Sass and Interslice.
Yeah, so Interslice is coming in with speedrun experience. Not to say that Sasquatch isn't, but Interslice does have a competitive time going by the current attendee standards with a 105 in-game time on Prime any percent boards. That
Which is
looks like Interslice got
nothing
that at
to
the beginning of the
sneeze
year.
at, yeah, 105 is pretty good for those who are unaware.
Funny enough, almost to the day, a year after I got my last PB in Prime 1.
Today? Wow.
No. So mine was January 4th, 2020.
And you talking Interslices.
And Interslices was January 5th, 2021.
I see. Well, happy late anniversary by 8 months. Yeah, we Sasquatch also now has Ice Beam, and so we're probably going to see a little more wide range of checks, potentially dipping out of Chozo Runes. Although neither of them, well, that's not true. Interslice was so quick; he found the variant, I didn't even notice, and so did Sasquatch. So now, what I was originally going to say is now they can go through Mag. Now they can make a lot more sort of wide berth of checks.
Yeah, I think regardless of I mean, for what it's worth, I don't think we found any bomb lock. Have we found any bomb lock checks yet that might benefit or that are benefiting Sasquatch immediately over Interslice? I
immediately it's just the elevation of the morph ball, because almost every bomb barrier can be broken with power bombs as well, which they started with. So it's really just going to be like tunnels to hop into and stuff like that, which could be an issue depending on how the elevators are randomized, but we'll see.
I don't think I've seen Sasquatch do a magma pool dip yet. They have everything they need to go there, and full clear magma pool, train chamber access, and training. Get intel on train chamber.
Too, right?
Yeah, train chamber they need to get out. I think they need soup. What is
I honestly haven't done it in a very
no.
long
They don't
time.
need supers. Crossway needs supers. Train chamber doesn't. They do need a way to hit bomb slots. Just spider and boost ball. So I think just spider left for train chamber, if it's required, which I don't often see it required.
Yeah, I
grapple was bomb blocked. Okay, not as
grapple was.
That's good for Interslice if he's comfortable with scan dashing through like Magapul and such, which I would imagine.
I would imagine he either knows the dash or the standable terrain. It's possible he doesn't. But for the most part, that's probably the hardest thing to skip grapple with. So if Interslice has a way to cross Magma Pull with that, should be in good shape.
I do want to give a quick shout out to Op82 and Nomad on on running the tracker for us.
Yes, we got started so quickly and immediately we forgot to shout them out. So all those lighting up icons you see would not be possible without the assistance of Nomad and Op82.
Okay, so reset from Interslice.
Yeah.
I think he ran out of checks. Oh, but he's resetting his save.
We'll see where he did he save.
Still going with his current save, which would give him pretty much everything he had to work with.
Yeah, okay. Because he just checked.
Sorry, tracker, you have to put everything back in place. It's like the elite pirate in Elite Control, just breaking the glass, and then Samus just jumps on his head, runs out. It's like, okay, I guess I'll just get back in.
Guess I'll stay here.
Duct tape all the duct tape all the glass shards back and
should we take
refill the stasis fluid, the cryogenic stasis fluid.
Shout out to the pirate scientists. They really know what they're doing here in this Prime game. Except for
solid dash from Interslice.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing in mag. Okay, launcher. Okay. Legally, Interslice can fire missiles now, so everything that we've just experienced with any use of missiles has been illegal, and super missiles. So extra legal missile firing is in effect here. Randomania is amazing. Oof. I mean, kind of a bad scenario to fall in, but I feel like going the other way, like back to the stairs, is an easier proposal than.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's still the same situation. I'm not sure what I'm saying.
Gosh, that bomb's on Flagra. That's probably the dirtiest I've ever seen.
So we'll find out real quick if Zoid here benefits Sasquatch.
Yeah,
I respect the play.
Reward,
Yeah,
from Interslice, but he reset so quickly I couldn't tell you.
Oh, he already fought Zoid. Yeah, okay, yeah, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, that was why he reset.
Like Sasquatch. Yeah, that's what I figured happened. So it seems like nothing important on Zoid, or important enough that's warranted.
Well, it wasn't
that warrants a wall boost out.
Because I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, you wall boost up the first lid, but the second one is either impossible or much more difficult.
You can wall boost out. I think the second one's like a little bit friendlier in terms of the collision. I think I'm not sure. I found
the first one you just have
the first
to do it
one to
against
be
the
dumb,
wall, and then the second one's just got collision everywhere, and so it's a little.
But I feel like I think there's a way you can do it off like a certain sloped collision that makes it more lenient in terms of getting the height you need, even if it still takes a bunch of tries. I remember not liking the first one.
The first one's the only one I've ever got.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay, yeah, double missiles.
Missiles.
So yeah, so even though Sasquatch has these, they've not acquired launcher yet, so gonna be a problem with
breaking the law every time he fires a missile.
Yeah. The launcher, it's just a missile expansion with like a written permit like attached to it, just taped on.
It comes with the permit.
Written in crayon. On a post-it note.
Signed, totally not the Space Pirates.
Yeah.
So Interslice is doing this puzzle. Awesome.
Signed in pencil with a pirate's left hand. So you know it's legitimate. A little sad this is a cutscene.
Yeah, by default, the minor cutscenes are on these settings. You didn't see them actually in the first two races of the tournament. That was a honest mistake by some of the organizers, but it didn't affect too much because it was.
Yeah, I think there were some. Weren't there some last-minute changes to minor cutscenes that reset some of them, like this, for instance?
I couldn't tell you, but I know that by default for the tournament, at least for this first round. Per round, things are subject to change, but for this first round,
because I don't think 3.0.4 has a competitive mode in yet.
Not. Yeah,
which it's in the dev build, so I would imagine in an update, probably be the 3.1 release.
It may show up in future rounds, but
yeah,
for now, this is what we got.
Yeah, I'd say that'll probably change by bracket, if not, like halfway through Swiss, depending on what's being worked on and when Dark Zero or whoever wants to. Come to okay, well, this will be a good stopping point. Let's milestone this.
Yeah. So what's interesting about, because they started with 3 additional random items, we got 6 artifacts that we're dealing with here. They're actually going to have, I believe, 10 nothings shuffled in the pool. So roughly 1 in 10 chance, or it might even exactly be a 1 in 10 chance that you're going to find nothing when you make a check.
Greater chance than finding a shiny missile in Randovania.
Too soon, Bash. Too soon.
Also a greater chance than me doing 21% single segment attempts.
That's never worth it.
So you are a person of culture, Elias. You understand.
Just in general, low percent is iffy, and then single segment is I don't know who likes that much pain. I just don't.
Can't wait to reset on Wave Pirates over and over again. Just a lottery.
Looks like we might have a high 5 here soon. There it is. Early route divergence and finally a high 5. Now, unfortunately, I haven't been keeping too much of of track of what elevators go to where. I know that the beginning Chozo Ruins entrance goes to, I believe, Magmore Workstation, one of those.
We had a great tree hall elevator as well.
That's true. That might have been the middle elevator in Chozo.
Or I think, or no, Workstation may have led. Sorry, I'm thinking of late Chozo.
Well, we'll find out
because
again
Interslice
as
got here
Fox
without
approaches
bombs, so I think this is a. I think it was a Workstation to the other side of Chozo.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah, Interslice has SJ and Flamethrower. Don't want to forget Flamethrower.
Important distinction.
Yeah. Yeah, so the parking validation also written in crayon on a post-it note.
Interslice coming back to Magmore.
Yeah, Interslice is going to TGC Vision Land. Lots of red and orange and yellow to be found. Only Thermal was around. You could just explore Magmore and Yellow Vision. It's great.
I'll tell you what, Thermal and Magmore is one of the best sights I've ever seen.
Yeah, if you want to experience the Thermal Visor being overloaded without actually fighting Thardus, you just come here.
It's the first wonder of Talon 4. Magmore and the Thermal Visor.
How many wonders are there? Just one?
12.
12.
Unless you're playing the tournament randomizer settings, then there's 6.
Goodness. Who else likes to see the control tower pillar just falling? Or if you're playing with the cutscenes removed, it just yeets itself onto the ground.
Suddenly is there. Sasquatch is now out of bounds.
So actually, no. It's a
No.
secret. It is an exploit
up,
of Hall of the Elders. This is in bounds, but the room is secretized, so it allows the morph ball to get stuck in the wall and to allow for free rotation, which enables a trick called infinite speed. And so Sasquatch gets to sit in place for about 50 seconds, depending on the frame rate.
Right, yeah.
This will allow...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. Yeah, so this will allow Sasquatch to get the Elder Chamber item without needing plasma.
Yeah. It's interesting. They must have also agreed. It's just not here in our notes that that IS is allowed, because I think by default it's not unless the runners agree to it.
Yeah, I'm curious.
So hopefully that's the case. Maybe it is allowed. Maybe I'm just not up to date.
I could look at the tournament docs. I mean, I'm not a tournament organizer, and we have Uncle Reggie here saying IS is allowed, who is, I believe, part of tournament staff.
I believe that he is one of the tournament organizers, and so I trust Uncle Reggie.
The one thing I can say for certain is that Reggie is an uncle, per the name.
Yes,
It's the truth.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I don't think it panned out for Sasquatch, but just in case it ended up being required, that is something that Interslice can do. You do not need bombs for this particular IS, because you're expected to boost off of the door frame in order to transition back into Hall of the Elders, which is odd because you think you need to lay a bomb to free yourself, but that causes problems for whatever reason.
Yeah,
at least that's how I do it. So
I've never had to do that particular IS before, so I will trust your...
Oh, Reggie, actually an uncle too in real life. Let's go.
Wow, congrats, Uncle Reggie.
I've been prepping my uncle energy for like the longest time, and neither of my siblings have kids, even though they're married. My sister's been married for 2.5 years now, and then my brother has been married for over a year. I think
Finally gonna get Artifact.
I know one of them is like, I think they're both open to kids, but like, I'm still not an uncle. I don't know if I can be entitled with like being like, hey, like, look at all this effort I've made to like be a part of the, like, to fill this role in the family, to be the fun guy, Okay, got an artifact in Workstation. What a great
Gravity Chamber,
location.
Security Cave,
Fiery Shores,
Central Dynamo, Lava Lake.
Lava Lake again. No, I'm just kidding.
two in Lava Lake.
That's not too bad at all. That's
more
or less like artifact go mode, assuming they get access. Well, For Sasquatch at least. Interslice still doesn't have bombs.
Yeah, I'll be curious once he realizes, and like you said, like there's not too many hard.
Oh, that's Central Dynamo. Interslice is gonna need Central Dynamo bombs for that. So yeah, that
Ooh.
puts a big wrench.
Ooh, yeah.
Big wrench in Interslice's plans.
You're absolutely right.
So I mean, this
Central
isn't a huge.
Dynamo,
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to quickly explain. Central Dynamo is normally where you'd be starting power bombs. There's a cutscene in there where they are enabled in this, where you let off a power bomb no matter what happens, and then you're supposed to automatically triggered by the cutscene, lay a bomb, pop up, and then it closes under you, and you go about your way. If you don't have bombs, it does not lay a bomb, and it just traps you in there, and you're toast. Or party. So Interslice will have to figure out a way to get those bombs from Florida.
Yeah, it should have occurred to me that this logic factors in power bombs on with Flagra. That's something I'm not used to, just because my logic system was not that good in my app.
Yours, I think, took into account different things than Randomania. I don't think either
Well,
of them were...
Randomania logic system is far more robust and also had a lot of people working on it. Had a bunch of help from, like, I think it was like DCR and Draconif, Aaron Explosives, I believe.
There were a lot of people who contributed, I think.
Yeah.
I could not name
I
them
think
all.
Maricat as well. Slope jump is annoying.
But if you want to find out more about Randomania, feel free to use the... I believe it's the Discord command.
Ooh, barely missing that. So one thing I've found is that you can actually stand on the rock, I believe, that Sasquatch is next to, and then just jump off from there and have just enough height to make it.
Yeah.
There's also the other rock as a backup strat, so...
With a nice L jump, or maybe just a perfect like double jump, you can do that without an R jump. It's a very, very tight collision on top of that rock, though.
Vacheron did most of Chozo and Magmar logic. The rest of the regions was mostly Draconif. Okay, yeah. Sounds about right. Interslice smart, knowing how to position the camera just right so that entering this tunnel isn't a massive pain. Gee, I'm just stubborn. I just, like, go for it. Even the camera's sideways, and I just... Great.
Another thing that Interslice, I believe, will have to watch out for is if he decides to go for, especially Quarantine Cave, but Quarantine Monitor, he can't get grapple, so he'll have to dash. If he misses the dash, and Thartis doesn't have something like Spider Ball, or doesn't find Spider Ball along the way, could get stuck in that cave without a very, I think, interesting slope jump.
So... Yeah, let's see here. Interslice could go back through labs, I think. With the dash to climb Observatory.
Yeah, because he wanted
So I think
the bomb slot.
Yeah, so I think Interslice is fine there. It would mean that Interslice would have to do the slope jump up the spider track to get out, which it's more annoying than difficult, I would say. It's a little precise, but it's not that bad.
I know that when I'm like approaching or in mid game for Prime, and we saw an example of this with what Interslice just checked, and I don't have bombs yet, I am taking a lot more time to think carefully about where I can't or shouldn't go, because a lot of checks, some of them will lock you in, and some are very, very capped by skill level. Interslice just made a check where the top one was nothing, and he could have gone to see what the bottom one was, where he could have power bombed with his power bombs to see what it was, and he would have been trapped there unless he did a very precise boost.
Yeah, so this is good news for Interslice, but it really doesn't matter because Central Dynamo again has the other or has that artifact there. You need bombs to to get it. There's no way
And
around
hopefully
it.
now that Interslice has that information and is sort of thinking about like what is required for go mode, he hopefully knows that he will need to find bombs at some point, and is probably making an extra effort to just try and think about where bombs in particular could be, given how long he's gone without them at this point. About to get another high five here in Root Cave.
Oh, that's rough. Sasquatch missed the
Missed the jump.
Sasquatch missed the jump, yeah. Doing it for content, I see. I respect that play.
It's good. It's a bold move from Sasquatch.
Yeah, I always shoot the platform, the last one, in between there and Arbor Chamber. Now, what's something Sasquatch can do easily that Interslice is going for too. I mean, there are bombless strats for this. The Arbor Chamber play.
Yeah.
Cool, and Sasquatch finds the hole in the ceiling first try. Gets that very important missile expansion. Door cannot be opened with that weapon. I think that was a Bloodflower that did that.
Bombs had been in Arbor Chamber.
Yeah, I think this is a tournament first with out of bounds being allowed for the tournament. I don't think it was allowed in the previous two.
I want to say
Unless
it
I'm
was
wrong.
allowed last year, specifically
Okay.
because of that Arbor Chamber check. A lot of people just wanted the ability to make it. I think
I stand corrected.
in a race tournament setting like this, that's usually the only out of bounds you'll see, unless you have a very, very skilled runner who's extremely comfortable with a very specific out of bounds route.
Right.
Finally get the Elko check.
And there's that front Fendrana. Oh yeah, this is. I don't know why I was like theory crafting about front Fendrana being a pain when it's random elevators. So, bombless. Like outside of Central Dynamo, like we could see otherwise bombless seed.
Yeah. I think it'll depend some on elevator randomization.
Yeah, it's all fair and good until you hit that just completely brick wall of Central Dynamo. Door cannot be opened with that weapon.
No, I wonder, because I've never actually tried this, if you can actually boost up the blocks in Transport Tunnel A in Magmar.
I believe you can. It's just annoying.
Yeah. So we may
if you
end
can
up seeing
boost
some
down
annoying
in
strats from Interslice.
If you can gravityless boost down in Hydro Access Tunnel, I think you can. I think you can wall boost in Transport Tunnel A. Oh my God, Ginger Chris. GA's being Ginger's agreements.
Yeah, we do like to be inclusive, and not every runner is a ginger, so...
My goodness.
Sasquatch really got to watch his health here as he fights off these pirates. Taking a lot of shots from a lot of angles here. Safe for the moment, though. As Interslice begins what is probably a labs play here.
That'll be more elevator intel for Interslice coming up. I don't think we've seen what goes to Quarantine Cave yet.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
What a seed to not have warp to start it.
Yeah.
So crazy.
This is the... Oh, man. I can't help but wonder if they did have warp to start on. At what point Interslice would consider using it to get back up to Flagra.
I'm gonna go on a brief tangent. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, if he's already thinking, what if I was supposed to go to Flagra, thinking after the fact I could have used power bombs, and that could be in logic, or if he's just trying to think about other places it could be.
Yeah. So what's good for Interslice is the cleanup to get everything that that's currently in his inventory right now was very quick and pretty much all in Chozo.
Almost, just about, yeah. So if he's fast enough here and ends up realizing with whatever skill set he has, and I don't know his exact skill set here, especially in terms of randomizer specific tricks, he could find himself in a position where he'd have to remember where all the primary progression was and do a hard reset.
Interslice going for that nothing item super hard, but given the turret getting bullied by the turret, though, I understand the change in priorities.
Sometimes you just got to go for something out of spite.
Nice observatory dash.
Very nice. Way around.
Interslice. Oh. Not the best R jump. Gonna be sent right back down to the bottom.
Couldn't tell if he was shot in the back or not.
I don't. When you R jump, I don't think your trajectory gets affected by projectiles. I guess once you press R,
Right.
that's like it. I think it's what helps make the R jump strat in MQB a thing. But the knowledge I have on that is like years old, so I don't. I could be fuzzy on like whether that's affected. I think in Echoes you're just screwed no matter what.
But fortunately, this is not Echoes.
So another restart from Interslice. Oh, I'm really curious what Interslice is going to do here. Is he going to keep that save file and restart with a new save file? That way, oh my
is.
gosh, the strats.
He's gonna check.
I've never seen this before.
Wow.
This is
Shout out to
crazy.
Metroid
It's so
Prime for
smart.
having multiple save files.
And there's nothing in the rules I think that prevent
This
doesn't allow this.
It's an incredibly unique situation.
Like, cool, I don't see why you wouldn't want to allow this because the player is still disadvantaged when it comes to time. This is still a commitment.
Once he sees that it's bombs, he's gonna have to make a choice to continue this one or try and go get him in the end.
This is so cool.
Wow.
So
What a sport.
I don't know how much of a lead Sasquatch has. It's not 36 minutes, but I would argue that it is significant enough.
It is definitely a lead. How Interslice is able to recover from this and how fast he'll be able to be, because there are still some unknowns here. We don't know where Plasma is. We don't know where Phazon Suit is. Notorious goose chases in this randomizer, especially Phazon Suit. So, yeah.
I just want to point out that I love how Flagra is just taking a nap. Ooh, going for 2 of these at once, I think. A little bit of optimization. Shoutouts to the 37/34 tasks, or whatever the optimization is now.
And there are setups for players to do the 2 wins consistently, but I sure don't remember them. Looks like Interslice is going to have to use all his power bombs as well. Meanwhile, Sasquatch getting another power bomb.
This is something that chat could probably shed some light on for me. So can you commit to all 4 tunnels and then activate the fight to effectively kill Flagra? Or do you have to save 1, activate the fight, and then take care of Flagra?
I've done this a couple times where I've left the tunnel closest to the front door for last, and I bomb that really quick and then rush over to the trigger. And there's a little bit of cutscene overlap where the fight starts.
Did that not work? Oh, never mind. I think it did work. Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, so you'll see it here. The weird cutscene overlap where he simultaneously grows and dies.
Light Grove Tunnel living up to its name as the worst room in the game, not even having anything to offer this seed.
He's probably seeing that right now. And
yeah.
Even from here, I can see the equations running through his mind on what choice he's going to make.
Interslice is going to have to go beast mode from here. It's going to be that. So it's going to ride on the 2 checks left, which are Plasma and Phazon.
Yeah, I mean, doing something like what he just did, and it looks like he is continuing this save file.
Might as well.
Yeah, as long as you remember enough of where the important progression is.
Yeah. I mean, Interslice doesn't really have a choice.
Oh, but if he gets really wild,
and
that's something. Will.
I mean, it could be rushed, but Interslice for sure knows how to do really wild.
For sure, yeah. I mean, Sasquatch got up to the top, and then...
Yeah, you don't get to sub 110 and have trouble with really wild. At least not, like, in the sense of, like, oh my gosh, I'm getting nerves.
Well, yeah, then again, though, like, he's probably feeling behind. Assuming he assumed Sasquatch got the bombs, which he did. He's probably, you know, gonna go just that little extra fast, maybe skip make some gambles, which could be his downfall or could be his saving grace. We're not sure yet.
This will be hilarious if this is Spider-Ball, which I don't think it can be, but
I don't know. There's so much I'm still learning about the Randomania logic. What is going to be interesting if it's
great.
Like Plasma.
That's all you need to know.
I know it's great, but it doesn't help if I don't know exactly what's going on. This entire time, Bash has been like, please compliment the logic in Randomania.
It's not even mine. It's not even my...
I want you to understand how much better this is than mine.
Yeah, in the wise words of Digglerath, the randomizer queen, I made this. No, not in reality.
Yeah,
no.
You can't. The meme is dead now. You can no longer say this is my randomizer.
Oh my gosh, is this okay? What's Fiery Shores gonna have? Is it going to Bully and have Plasma?
This would be
or Phazon? No, it's just E. Tank of E. All right.
What we call a good old-fashioned health nugget. And a missile on ghosts. Sasquatch maintains his lead.
I mean, Sasquatch is in Magmore Caverns. It's got the best music. By definition, Sasquatch is winning.
Yeah, and he's you know, Interslice no longer validated. And he may not go back knowing where Flamethrower is.
Do you have race time open at all?
You know, no.
Okay, so I did see a comment 3 minutes ago from Interslice that says, "Dang."
I think that's appropriate, honestly.
Yes. I feel you hard there, Interslice. The sentiment is there. What's that?
It's gonna be an interesting interview, I think, after this.
Yeah.
If Interslice or either of them have the time to do it.
Yeah, we're going with the family-friendly Admiral Dane, but still on the. It's like a bit of a compromise between the trilogy version and the original release of Corruption.
Yeah. It's what the line's gonna be in Trilogy HD.
Samus, it's heading right for you. That's why the pirates disabled the defense system.
Got that memorized, huh?
Not if it wasn't a copy pasta on Diceron's chat.
Interslice now making full use of his newfound bomb power.
We have like a mix of universes where like Admiral Dane's just chewing on a granola bar like mid-battle. Like he's under pressure, he's got to eat. Like, why not get some ASMR in there with the granola bar chewing? What am I saying? I should just leave.
I am not sure, but I will let you have this.
For anyone that somehow gets what I'm talking about, you're welcome.
Interslice now checking all those bomb locations he couldn't, just because he thinks they might have progression, which grapple definitely helps. No validation from Interslice.
Wow, the disrespect. Maybe he
Even
feels he
opened
already
it
has a
up.
save file that's there.
That's
And
honestly,
like,
that's an
yeah,
interesting middle ground. I got it, just not in this alternate timeline.
yeah. Truly a butterfly effect of going to Flagra first. So Sasquatch is
That's
going to be
much.
very happy to see that they in fact need bombs to beat the game.
He's probably hoping that Interslice is in the situation that he's in and didn't go to Florida
Hovering
first.
on there. Sasquatch is hovering on that check.
I was half expecting in the race time while he was hovering on that just to see in race time dang from Sasquatch.
Yeah, I bet Sasquatch is like, yep, this is going in my based collection.
Some bomb door sync there for a second.
I Bash Prime have achieved maximum levels of cringe today. The quota has been met.
I think you could achieve more, honestly.
I mean,
Not that I'm asking you to, but I think it's possible. I don't think we've seen a main plaza tree check, have we?
I think we did. Wasn't that where Varia was?
No, Barry was on the ledge. Inside the tree,
Oh,
none of them
stand
found
corrected.
X-ray, and Interslice got supers away from main plaza.
Wait, does Sasquatch have supers though?
Based on the tracker, I'm going to say no, but he could.
Oh, have they gone to Sasquatch? Wait, Sasquatch hasn't gone to whatchamacallit yet, have they? No. I feel like Interslice did the
You
tree
might
check
have to
though in their
be.
previous save file.
You may have to be more specific with whatchamacallit for me to agree
Wow,
with you or disagree.
the commitment from Interslice to go for that dash with no E-tanks and having grapple beam.
It's confidence.
Yeah.
It's confidence right there. I still have trouble with that dash. I
Just
depend on
wipe
the
this
stand-up
glistening
brain.
sweat off my forehead there. Oh, and yeah, no missile launcher for this save file, so
Just breaking all the
Interslice
walls
just
this time around.
there's a certain Judas Priest song I can get behind right now.
You shouldn't see this.
My eyes are not ready for what Interslice is doing.
Interslice is very quickly making up for lost time here.
Yes.
So depending on how early Sasquatch finds Phazon and Plasma Beam, this could be a very, very close race.
That's actually a really convenient elevator to get that power bomb guaranteed.
Yeah, for sure.
I wouldn't say it's the best place to farm them, but I mean it is a resource. Oh, excuse me.
Interslice did win the last tournament, yeah. So even if Interslice does happen to lose this first round, chances are we won't have too much to sweat about, especially because an immediate loss will pit him against some...
It's going to make Swiss very challenging for some people,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Reminds me of whatchamacallit, press start when Mango got sent to losers like super quick and then just terrorized the bracket.
Cleaned up.
I think it was interesting because it was like, this is like what, 2015? It turned into like Mango Flam Anita Grand Finals. I'm so mad because that was in California, like an hour away from where I lived, and I couldn't make it because I was working. In hindsight, that job didn't even matter. I should have just gone. It would have been a fun time.
Well, if only we could have hindsight about jobs that didn't matter.
Ugh.
All right, Sasquatch setting up another IS here, Trying to get that Chozo Ice Temple item without the plasma beam.
Interslice needs to be careful.
Yeah.
I mean, it is one pirate I think that's left, but I mean, you never know.
Yeah,
smart.
Probably refill in this save spot. Hopefully. Okay. It's very, very precise setup from Sasquatch, but gets it without fail.
So Interslice is both Flogger and the workstation check out of the way. Not too far behind Sasquatch now.
Not at all, no.
In terms of what they currently have. Sasquatch, I think, has... I don't know, because they both have checked a decent number of things.
Yeah, Sasquatch, I think, is still in the lead in terms of just, like, the number of checks, but Interslice has got that pace and now has item parity. In fact, even has super missiles, where Sasquatch may not.
Yeah, that could matter, depending on what... Well, also, it could be two things. It could be potential supers locked Plasma or Phazon, and then just Exo being that much faster. Supers considerably speeds up Exo.
Yeah. And if you run into a situation where you have something like Phazon and MQB, then GG.
Yeah. When you have a 3/4 chance of having a good pattern versus a half chance for Exo on each subchamber, like, it's just crazy. Oh! No way! What'd I tell you?
This is a
Sasquatch
seed.
is going for it.
This is a seed. Wow. We're in a
unreal.
Plasma. That's crazy.
Nothing.
I've never seen IS pay off like that so much in a randomizer.
I mean, I've had Phazon suit there before, but like I've never gone for an IS like that.
Yeah.
Where I've needed to. Wow.
This was a... I'm glad I signed up to commentate this race.
Me too.
Wow. And Sasquatch is just taking this IS to town here.
Yeah, no, this is the smart play. Like, I mean, it's not...
He's just getting all the items around here.
So what this could help with is potential Spider Ball, potential super missiles. Unfortunately, that did not pan out. Because again, Sasquatch still hasn't found them yet. From the looks of it. So, we know that it's in training chamber access. Oh, and we have, what's this, mines here for Interslice. So...
Yep. So now
this
that
could
he
be
has
big.
definitely going to try to get Central Dynamo.
I would not at all be surprised if Plasma's here.
Although actually it looks like he's maybe failing.
Going for the PPC check.
Oh, what was this here? Oh. Okay.
No X-rated.
Oh, they don't have X-ray.
Determine.
Right. Okay. Yep.
That's incredible. Phazon suit being plasma locked. So just a missile expansion here in Ice Ruins West. Yes.
Very solid dash over the canyon entrance.
Oof.
We have arrived at Progression Canyon, which unfortunately does not hold progression this time.
No big Shadow Ridley today. Not sure if the waiting for the Crystallite there is worth the trade-off. It's not a huge... I mean, it's such a minor
I usually
thing.
don't, but I am far from a room optimizer.
Yeah, if I mess up Phendrana Canyon and it's not there, I just R-jump. But, I mean, it's such a small optimization. Like,
yeah. Then again,
in terms of what the fastest trade-off is.
Sometimes just habit dictates what you wait for and what you don't.
So Interslice is okay if he dies here. It's just, it's gonna be annoying. doing
he's
this in
definitely playing his
21% so bad.
He's in cover.
Okay, good. Yeah, thankfully Ice Beam is powerful enough to make quick work. Or quick enough work. So this is an advantage that Interslice has, knowing or having access to mines. I don't think Sasquatch has been to mines yet, or knows where.
3 hits on the edge of the maze, if he dies.
Yeah. Not a huge problem because you. Ooh, maybe I.
Playing it
Almost
too fast.
Almost doing some. Almost engaging Commentator's Curse.
We still might.
Yeah.
He's taking it a little safe, but
generally the mounds there like will keep you in place, but I mean if you go fast enough.
And you just sometimes just go in between them, and it just can make it really sketchy. In good shape though. Got the artifact. Probably gonna take the safety save.
What a
just plows through my labs. Fendrana.
The irony in that artifact. Just with the save station nearby too. That was a 45 square maze. Good lord. I'm sorry, sir. I mean, good O'Lear.
Have you heard the words of O'Lear? It's probably the only Echoes meme I like.
I'm trying to think of like what other like memes Echoes really has. I can't really think of.
Do they not? Well, aside from like energy transfer module.
Yeah.
I complained the other day about how the nothing model looks like suits, because then if you do like X-ray situations or something, you can't tell sometimes. And they were like, well, what would you replace the texture with? And I was just like, energy transfer module.
Oh, yeah, we also have SDK in Mining Plaza. That is true. More of a randomizer specific thing, but yeah. Solid dash there from Sasquatch.
Yeah. With that Phazon suit fine, and pretty much just this sole focus on collecting artifacts on the way to find Plasma Beam, he's feeling like he could be ahead, and you can see it in his movement a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I know Interslice is the higher seeded player, but Sasquatch has a, from what I understand, a considerable amount of randomizer experience. I've seen them active in the Discord.
Yeah, they did win a few matches last year, and
yeah,
like you said, as far as I could tell, have been fairly active in the community. So I can only assume they've gotten better in the past year. Constant energy low from Interslice.
Yeah, if Sasquatch isn't able to get a leaderboard time, I don't think they've done any percent. But I would imagine Sasquatch could pull off a pretty competitive time out the gate with the knowledge they have with Prime strats.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Even though I'm in that same bucket.
Still nuts that Interslice is doing all this with. Well, at least he saved, but still just it's rough. Like,
did he think that
Omega Research is not friendly?
Oh no, he just wanted the death to stop.
Yeah. Wow, 2 powerbomb drops. 3 powerbomb drops.
Might have been 4.
I mean, it is a. So I believe this room is also roughly like a 30 to 35% chance of drops. I think it's similar to Fendrana.
And that's definitely like one of the rooms you want to go to if you're
yes.
missing power bombs in the air.
Yeah, like if you're coming from PBC, you want to clear the rubble to elite control because of the drops chances. Like PBC actually has a decent drop chance as well, but it has less crates to do it with than elite control has.
I think that gravity for sure. I couldn't tell from the distance we were at if that was gravity or not.
In ventilation shaft, it looked like a nothing item.
See, this is why the model shouldn't be.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't. Yeah, if Interslice knew that was gravity, it'd be a shocker that Interslice like didn't grab gravity,
Especially because it's basically free.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, it's free. It gives you a guaranteed 50% reduction by the time you get to Exo, which will be important since Interslice doesn't have tanks at the moment. Now Interslice can quickly pick up tanks. I think still had it. There's plasma. Pretty sure it's plasma. No, it's Spider Ball.
Spider.
I thought I saw a glowy and I was like, oh my gosh.
What a seed. So of course this means that plasma is going to be the top of Dynamo.
I can get behind that.
That's my commentator's curse call.
Oh, the stalactite didn't come out. This happened to me yesterday during the cross game multi showcase.
Oh. Well, you sure.
Oh, they're not going for it. Sasquatch is just moving on.
Is he, or is he just trying to set up a more consistent dash here?
Interslice going for a spiderless here.
Yeah.
We'll get it sooner or later. It's more of an annoying trick than a bad one.
This shaft right here is why I still fight Thardus.
Yeah. Actually, no, I'd argue shaft one's probably bad. I've lost so many runs to this. It's nuts. Probably the hardest inbounds trick in 90%. At least with the previous double lance route. Okay, Sasquatch did go back for spider. Good.
Yeah. Went back up to set up.
Yeah, smart. Don't know what Dynamo has. Don't know what.
As you can
might
see,
have checked what's
right
in
now. While Spider Ball might not be required in a lot of cases, or any case really, it does save time if you're.
It's gonna help a lot with lower mines.
Not hyper consistent. Yeah.
And going to upper mines in the case of Interslice. Interslice is almost there. Just needs to get.
Yeah,
there we go. Yep. Just needed the collision to be friendly enough. It was. No reposition happened, which is good. Excuse me. Random pickups there.
Supers from Sasquatch, which is a little concerning until we find where plasma is.
Yeah, I mean, so far, I think the tree was dead and Hydra is dead too. So MQB is also dead because plasma cannot be there.
Yeah.
Which leaves Biohazard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Biohazard's gonna scare me.
Especially if they have to do it gravityless.
Like it's so unlikely for plasma to be there, but at the same time, you just don't know.
Yeah,
like,
it's
anything can happen.
Even in glitchless settings, like I've seen it there. It's very, very smooth landing there, and that dash from Sasquatch.
Yeah, there's like a spot that's slightly raised, and it makes that dash a lot of. Oh wait, oh that's
an X-ray.
That's
right
X-ray.
There.
The slope
not going to
twist.
be required in this seed.
I've never seen that before.
I've never seen that either.
Wow. Excellent R jump.
Yeah, very good.
Almost committing to. Oh, it looks like they're going to commit to gravity chamber lower.
Well, there is an artifact down there.
Oh, it is there. Yeah.
If they're comfortable enough, then yeah.
So all this leaves, I think, is just central dynamo for Sasquatch. Still have no idea where plasma is. I'm confused. Did Interslice go and check MQA? That's that is a risky play.
I think he did.
Okay, he did. Good.
I didn't see what it was, but I saw him go that direction, and then I started watching Sasquatch. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not the best at keeping track of what all the players are doing.
Yeah, despite the fact that we have two eyes, usually they're pointing in the same
one eye for each player. Exactly. Okay, Interslice in a bit of a better position now with two tanks. Tanks a lot.
This quarantine monitor check is a lot easier, a lot less risky with the grapple beam.
Another E for Interslice. I don't think either player's done Thardus yet.
No.
Which makes me just
Interslice making a conscious effort to
slide my hands together in evil planness.
If it's not Biohazard, it'll be Thardus. Or another bad location for it could be.
Check that one link, the tournament. I mean, we have no spider. Well, okay, we do have spider now, but and supers have already been accounted for, and thermal. So I don't know who rolled the seed. I know Beltor was like managing the room, but
yeah, we
not
don't
sure
have
who
a de
gen.
facto seed blamer.
Just blame Digglerath. Like,
Well, yeah, you can always blame Tiggle.
she's not a TO for this tournament, but I
still.
think it's appropriate enough.
And we're probably gonna see mines by Sasquatch.
Haven't
here
seen it
as
in
soon
chat
as-
yet.
As soon as he checks.
Well, a couple of. Okay, Beldor says Reggie did, so either telling the truth or effectively passing
or
off the
placing
blame.
the blame. One of those.
So that's what's going to get some nice tank of E right here.
I would imagine Sasquatch goes to mines after this. Makes almost all the
I
checks
think-
that Interslice did on its way to get the last artifact.
So I saw the screen shake on it, yep, and Edward did indeed break the glass. It's all good.
It's a nice feeling.
This cutscene is back in the tournament. Ice added this patch. So that
Well,
we
I think it's just like minor cutscenes.
It was,
It's all
yeah.
nothing. So you get the Ridley shadow, you get the
Just-
Metroid, like all the things we got
It
used to
just
not being
pains
there.
me. Temple Security Station. Research
I
Lab
think
Aether.
this cutscene only pains me if the commentators make the Samus joke, which is just terrible, and I will not elaborate.
I
That's the only
want to know
reason.
and don't want to know at the same time.
Yeah. So we're gonna see a lot of repeated checks here from Sasquatch. I don't think he'll check anything that Interslice didn't.
This
So
cutscene I'm
this-
okay with. It's a good cutscene.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phazon's in
Josuai's temple,
Chozo Temple.
which is blocked by plasma, which we
Answer
still haven't
Kelly's.
found. I would just like to specifically call out to Reed in chat, or I'm sorry, I'm probably mispronouncing your name, Reed. No, I will not. Yeah, so we're in a weird position here where our runners are making some repeated checks from each other. So far, no indication of where plasma could be. I think Frigate is fairly likely at this point, to be perfectly honest.
Do you want to know what my thought process has been currently? Like, I mean, nothing related to do with this race, but
Absolutely.
just related to
us
a
what your
joke that you
unrelated
are
thought
withholding.
process.
I was trying to come up with a how many Samuses does it take to screw in a light bulb joke, and I've come to the conclusion that is better left off as a rhetorical question because of the fact that that question in of itself is a pun.
A little bit, but it's still better than what I'm.
Now, if you could come,
And
now if
I'm
there's
honestly
another
surprised you
punchline.
don't know about it.
Now, if there are better punchlines and an actual like a question answer style to the joke, I am more than willing to hear it. So, do your best, chat.
AMA.
This will be on the
with
quiz.
Dash Prime. Interslice finally getting the spider ball. They're in the back of Fendrana.
Yep.
We are pretty close.
Well, Sasquatch hasn't done Artifact of Wild check. It didn't turn out to be anything important, but just is a distinction.
You're talking about the Sun Chamber? check?
Sun Chamber, yeah. Yeah, Sun Chamber.
Yeah, the fact that Frigate is a little more likely at this point really makes me nervous about Sasquatch and having super missiles.
Yeah, like,
Because if he uses X-ray and sees that it's there,
don't even need X-ray. You can just see it through the gap.
that's true.
I mean, it makes it better, but yeah. that missile bounced off the pirate's body, and then the splash damage just killed the pirate. I'm confused what just happened on Sasquatch's screen.
Missiles are fun in this game.
Missiles are very fun in all games. Especially when you have Seekers and they don't hit their target.
Well, fortunately, this is a game without Seekers.
When other M has Seekers, but Prime 1 doesn't.
Other M has Seekers for, like, one door.
Oh, Sasquatch getting...
aggroed the AI.
Hands clasped by the Phazon Elite.
Phazon Elite came ready to party.
Got a light source in general, like, absolutely. Just need a subwoofer.
See, so from Interslice's perspective, he thinks something like Phazon Suit could possibly be vanilla or in PCA.
Do you think the shock quake attack that Phazon Elite has is like, you know, break it down, like, just
oh, what's his name from Overwatch? I can't remember.
Was it Lucio?
But yes, absolutely. I think it's Lucio.
I feel like Phazon Elite ranks up there on the tier list of Metroid creatures and characters that are just ready to party.
Well, honestly, like all the Elite Pirates, like
I would argue Rundus ranks a bit higher because by definition, Rundus can bring all the ice needed to chill all of the liquid beverages that are.
He
that
literally
will be
brings all the chill.
Exactly.
An unfortunate couple of falls in this room from Sasquatch trying to do some standable terrain, but should be able to get it here soon.
Like literal ice powers, voiced by Chris Sabat. Like it's great.
Honestly, though, every time I see Rando show up, I cannot help but just put the Mr. Incredible voice in my head saying, Frozone!
I think what's incredible is that in Corruption, Troy Baker just voices like the Galactic Federation male soldiers and staff. And it's like it's weird that Chris Sabat has more of a prominent role than Troy Baker does.
Is that Plasma Beam?
I don't know. I didn't see. I couldn't see that well.
Yeah, I just saw movement.
Sasquatch is trying so hard.
Oh my gosh. Funny thing about Boost Ball, it can mess with your camera a lot.
Yeah. Holding down B is a bad thing sometimes. Yeah, Sasquatch is ducking out, so...
Yeah.
Looks like Plasma's not there.
Be awkward if it was.
Mm-hmm. Not quite getting a slope jump boost. After a few tries, it's just worth it to kill the pirates at this point.
A little bit.
Sure, there's no supers, but I mean, power pirates go down without a fight. But Sasquatch has persisted to their victory, and with a grapple beam up,
they will also see, what is it, mini tank?
Yep.
It's a +1 for memory on Elias.
So no plasma here. So we have frigate, which includes biohazard. That could mean gravityless, which back to front I have come to realize is bad. Front to back is a much better, although a little bit slow alternative.
Why do you think it's bad?
I couldn't make the jump during my playthrough yesterday. I went and did Hydroaxis Tunnel early, and Interslice is getting Prime 1'd. Wonderful.
The true final boss of Metroid Prime Collision.
Shoutouts to, I believe, Skull954 and I think other runners that have gotten stuck in lava thanks to boosting. Okay, Interslice is... Oh, no, not going for Thardus. No, you don't. Yeah, so... That side is not the way to go. I think the right side is where you want to go to guarantee that you won't hit the Thardus trigger.
Thing is, what if this pays off in its plasma? It's possible.
This could pay off. Like, Interslice does have bombs and plenty of power bombs to just absolutely wreck Thardus here. Yeah. Generally, though, oh wow, that actually worked. Okay.
Yeah, it requires some timing, but.
A little surprised that Interslice isn't going for bombs. Might not be fully aware of the strat. Then again, when you're not used to, like, if you don't have to fight Thardus all the time, yeah, like if this is like the last thing you want to do, I understand completely.
usually, like,
Interslice only
you
has
only fight
5.
Thardus in a 100% run setting. 'Cause
Or
even
in classic any
Randomizer,
percent if you fail
put
Thardus
it
up.
off. Well, you want to get technical, Bash, sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it Thardus dash? Thardus damage
I honestly
boost?
don't know. I don't know all the historical routes.
I think it was like a damage boost or something off the... where you just hold R immediately afterwards and you make it across. Thankfully, we have the Ice Temple IS, or Chapel of the Elders IS, if you prefer inbounds.
I'm so curious to see what Thardus is going to have. Sasquatch is about to get his final artifact, and then probably peek into it in QA and turn back around, and then probably have to decide if he wants to do something like fight Thardus, go through.
I mean, Ventrana has the second most checks out of all the regions. So, like, I don't know if I should be surprised if this has Plasma in the end. Maybe just sheer disappointment. Yeah, that's all 6 artifacts for
Sasquatch. Ironic
Sasquatch.
check for the Ice Rock to have a Plasma Beam, but
I believe this is all 6 for Sasquatch.
yeah, that's the final artifact for him. Basically Plasma mode, and then finding his way back to Artifact Temple.
Kind of refreshing, actually, that Plasma is, or that Lower Mines is like, or like actual Mines Depth is more or less just dead.
It is, yeah. Although, if Interslice does get Plasma, Lower Mines are going to be very appealing for a phasing check.
Oh, that's a really, really good point. But I mean, Interslice also has all the tools to just check Chozo Ice Temple. I don't know if Interslice has done front Phendrana checks in this save file.
Yeah, so Sasquatch saw it was a missile up there and is now failed.
Yeah, I don't think Interslice has fought Thardus in a while. Because didn't get the quick kill.
Yeah.
I think just going for YOLO strats, which, you know, I respect, just
I mean,
oh, this
it's
works.
not a difficult fight. You'll get it done.
Yeah.
It's just,
yeah,
there's some time saved that's not happening.
Yeah, thankfully Thardus cooperates, so. Oh, the suspense is killing me.
What if he just disconnected right now?
Oh my!
That's where you were hiding.
Dude,
So Plasmus and Frigate, right? Like,
I am standing up and hunched over right now. I think I have to squat down and just take in what has happened.
oh my gosh. I am progression, but probably not the one you were expecting.
Is this the truth, Elias? Is this the brutal honesty that this seed has provided?
I'm really happy to be here today, fellas.
Shoutouts to family member Reginald for providing this seed for us today.
Generic family member.
My favorite establishment to go to is Charles Entertainment Cheese.
The name's Cheese. Charles Entertainment Cheese.
So, the Discord call, I have noise suppression activated. I don't know if you heard my headphones hit the ground when I stood up and walked away for like a brief period of time. Okay.
I did not.
I just want to point out that that did happen.
Called it out.
Yeah. This is the stars aligning right now.
Yeah, this. Given the thing is, see, we see Interslice going back into mines, although it's going back up to upper mines. Just
You know all the stories about like baseball and like how romantic and like superstitious, like how that dominates the sport, and all the incredible stories that come out of baseball over the years. I think Randomizer gives it a run for its money.
a little bit.
I'm willing to make that statement. I'm willing to challenge that ethos.
Now, did Interslice ever break this wall? Is he gonna have to boost through it? I'm guessing based on the pirate shots he did. No? Okay.
Yep.
Hopefully he gets a
I think just wanting to
here.
deal with the turrets now than later.
Sure, yeah. It was
Kind of interesting to do that first. He's a little bit too far to the left, so just a bit of realignment. That looks good, I think. Yep, that's going to work out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nothing item. Wow, that Sasquatch actually... Well, I think you could see the glitch texture even X-ray, so Sasquatch probably knew that was nothing. Or just didn't care.
If you're close enough, you can see it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Now that there's like a bunch of work being done on like there's like a Prime data structures repository that's I think mainly to be used as like a way to convert assets from one game to another. I'm curious if we'll see like ETMs in Prime 1 in the future to be like a placeholder.
ETMs is nothing's like
as a purist, it doesn't make sense. Wow, that is an incredible. That is not likely to happen with that power bomb refill. You're better off going to ore processing in terms of sheer probability. Almost getting the hand clasp also from Phase on the Elite.
I think we're gonna Sasquatch get super missiles here. He's heading back.
Yeah.
To though, realizing he didn't do the Magnapole checks.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
And then, it
could matter.
Wait, it could be the dynamo. It could be the dynamo. I forgot about that.
Dude, this is going to determine whether if Dynamo doesn't have it, Interslice is in good shape, but Sasquatch has supers. Well, or will have supers soon. It's just the thing is that gravity suit is an advantage. This will be huge for Sasquatch if it's here. And Interslice hasn't gone back to Chozo.
The fatal mistake that Interslice made at the beginning has made this a very close race.
I mean, it's not fatal yet, but just a not cheeseburger. Unfortunately, the item models in Echoes for Powerbomb expansions are 100% objectively better.
What, the Echoes ones?
Yeah. I mean, these Powerbomb expansions,
what universe
like,
are power bombs being cheeseburgers better than looking like actual exploding bombs?
They're spiked. Like they don't look appetizing. You don't want to eat them.
Also proving my point. Why would you want that model to represent power bombs?
Because I like to imagine that power bombs are just filled with cholesterol, and that's what gives them their power. Okay, I'm a bit of a foodie.
The thing that vaporizes humans instantly is cholesterol.
Sure. They'll do a really slow job of it, but I mean,
Well, then the instantly part goes away.
My logic is 100% sound, okay? It is rock solid.
Okay, alright.
Despite sound not being rock solid. Sound doesn't even matter. It's just energy.
Have some chat for Ice Spreader.
That was vanilla for me yesterday. But then bombs on Thardas, so, I mean, what goes around comes around, I guess. That's not the right saying. I'm just gonna stick with it. Supers for Sasquatch.
Goes to frigate at this point. It's honestly, I think, the best.
It's the right play with or without gravity. It's just a little bit slower, but I mean, it's gonna be extra annoying too because, it's climbing up reactor core without gravity is just
It's just slow.
Yeah, it's like you've been to Blighttown in Dark Souls. It's like that. It's just bad.
That said, though, they did get the gravity chamber item, so it's gonna have some Aquajet pirates in there.
Yeah. Do the gel zaps disappear at that point?
Yeah, it's the if you get
Okay,
the
so
gravity
that'll
stone,
be-
it
okay.
flips it, yeah.
So I stand corrected. That will be better. Splash damage. Missile expansion.
Yeah.
Is Sasquatch gonna go to Sun Chamber?
I never got ghosts.
It's not
Thinking
sure.
about
Looks
it.
like.
Just thinking about it. Nope, not doing it. Maybe.
It is
Oh my
the correct
gosh.
play. Okay.
Paralyzed with indecision.
At this point, you just commit, and whatever happens, happens. That's just that is the ultimate. That is just the ultimate, not rule, but just the like conclusion when it comes
The
to
ultimate rule.
tournaments. You're effectively risking it. Thankfully for Sasquatch, this will be of a benefit. The question is, what's Sasquatch going to do next?
I don't know if Sasquatch is checked.
Could do Hydra. Could do. I don't think Sasquatch had X-ray when they went through labs.
Yeah, that's
Feel free
true.
to correct me if
I
that's
was thinking
wrong.
about Hydra. Well,
I don't remember which elevator went to
yeah, I think you're right.
Phendrana.
I have no concept of the elevator connectivity at this point.
Oh, okay. Big for that's right. Still, I forgot that Interslice still didn't have Phazon suit.
Yeah, so
So,
if he
like,
does
this is
IS
still-
here,
Yeah,
that's gonna tie things up pretty quickly here.
Sasquatch still has the artifact lead, but I mean, that's going to be of little consequence for Interslice.
Yeah, Interslice will make up for it in movement and speed, but gosh, where is this plasma beam?
So, like, what hasn't been checked yet? Because, like, Interslice doesn't know
not
it,
doing it.
but he's full cleared minds logically.
He is not going for the IS. Wow.
Big for Sasquatch, enormous for Sasquatch.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like, it's one random check at that point, but at this point in the game, you really got to start thinking about all those one-offs.
Yeah, late game is where you early game and late game is where being thorough, I think more often than not, is beneficial.
All right.
'Cause when you have just an open amount of checks, like it does suck because then you're dealing with probability at that point with like, oh, like something is likely to be here, but okay, Sasquatch is in Talon.
I think he's going to go for it. And it's going to be real unfortunate if it's Hydra Access Tunnel and he doesn't know how to do the boost strat. Because that means
I mean,
Thart is
that would
requiring
be-
logic with the gravity suit.
Yeah. I mean, that would be something.
Nice dash onto the sap sack. I think Interslice might be going for it too. Interslice has a big advantage.
What if Sasquatch just kills Ridley just to prove a point? Just a power move. So,
Interslice finally picking up the thermal visor.
so there is a theory thing with the. Oh no, actually, it doesn't matter because you need plasma to get to Exo. But it's like with supers, like if you could get to Exo, like if you could wall crawl from the transport in Impact Crater to Exo, you theoretically could skip plasma with the right RNG by having a power phase or ice phase before plasma. Power phase would make a lot more sense with supers though.
Looks like Interslice is foregoing. Oh, they're both foregoing Frigate. But I think they're going different places.
Or different
Sasquatch
directions in
check
the
first.
wise words of John Denver.
Sasquatch is 100% going to Thardis. And if he
This
sees
could
that
be the
gravity
right play.
suit, he'll go straight to Frigate.
Oh, did Sasquatch not check Ice Runes East? That's
He
surprises me.
IS through it.
No,
So
but
he
the
might-
the spider track though.
yeah, that's yeah.
Because IS doesn't get that one, I don't think.
Probably double checking it. He didn't have Spider Ball.
I am surprised that Interslice hasn't gone to frigate yet, but I mean, like, how many checks have both players done? I'm sorry. It just when when you don't know when it's gonna appear, and it's just like when you're in like crisis mode like this as a commentator, where it's like, what's going to happen? Like, it's hard to maintain composure. At least for me. You're doing a much better job than I am.
Because I was born with composure, Bash.
You got that poise boost. I don't know if you play Dark Souls. I just started playing Dark Souls. It's a fun game.
Dark Souls on the mind.
Yeah.
So I definitely think Sasquatch is heading to Thardis.
I agree with this play.
Probably seen and played enough of these to know that Thardis.
Like gravity on Thardis, or anything on Thardis progression-wise, it's like you're happy, then it's just like, just, at what cost?
Oh, he's going. Oh, he's checking Hydra first.
So, well, Hydra, but then, yeah, I don't think it would make unless it like Sasquatch goes for an elevator. Like it would not make sense for Sasquatch to.
If I was where Sass is right now, I
And then
would
Thardis would
check
still be
Hydra.
faster, I think. Okay, so what?
Interslice has been in this room for a while. I'm not sure.
I think Interslice is like mostly cleared the seed. Like, Frigate just seems like the natural choice, but I don't remember like what both players have missed. Like I know Sasquatch has missed Sun Chamber, and they know they've missed Sun Chamber, but
Well, Sasquatch still has second Sun Chamber item. That's probably in the back of his mind.
that's what I mean. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Sun Chamber ghosts.
Alright, so he's backing off of Hydra. Hopefully.
Okay, they are okay. Well,
either
so
gonna
this
be
is
Thardis or
either.
go straight for Frigate.
So I think in Sasquatch's mind, he either goes Stardust now or goes Talon, and does Gravityless Frigate.
I think we might see Frigate here from Interslice. Although,
If
Interslice.
if
never
Sasquatch
did,
does Gravityless Frigate, which I don't know.
That's true. He might be waiting for Gravity. It looks like.
Have we seen life grow from it? Oh yeah, we did from Sasquatch. Yeah.
Sasquatch got life growth, yeah.
Interslice getting his comeuppance. Let's go. Comeuppance is the wrong term. Just unfortunate, like, dawning realization that
Bash
yes,
has a
life growth
grudge
tunnel
against Interslice.
life growth tunnel is just that bad.
It's-
Okay, there's the commitment from Sasquatch,
Yeah.
and he's already gone to quarantine monitor. This is just straight up. I have a pile of rocks that
I
just
hope
need to be
he
destroyed.
takes the hint from this. I really do.
Well, like, where else does Sasquatch have to go? Because, like, Sasquatch knows, or I would
Unchamber and
imagine
Frigate.
knows. Yeah.
Like that. I think
Like,
that's it.
Sasquatch is everything else but plasma. So, like, there's no need to check anything else once plasma is required. Oh,
That's my fear because Interslice is probably going to do Frigate. Like
dude.
pretty.
I mean,
quickly.
it's right there.
And Plasma is
It's-
probably there.
It's right there.
But I think as soon as he gets Plasma, he's going to lower
Yeah.
mines.
Question is, how far away is Interslice from Phendrana? Because at this point, Sasquatch needs all the lead time that he has afforded to go to Frigate, get Plasma, while Interslice needs to still find Phazon suit. But again, lower mines play. So
yeah.
yeah, what I think this is gonna be more of what Interslice does
All right,
next
here we go.
versus what
New checks.
Sasquatch does. I swear to God, Thardis, if you were required,
Please be here. Please be here. Yes. I'm so happy.
I'm done. I'm finished. I'm done.
All right, so now I'm the only one
done.
commentating.
I'm done.
nope.
Now Interslice is still gonna. I mean, not that it's much effort. Still gonna check checks along the way because he's still looking for Phazon, and he's probably gonna check along the way to lower mines. Oh my gosh. So it's good the Sasquatch went here instead of...
I am taking slow, deep, heavy breaths here.
Take as much time as you need. We'll be right here. Because this isn't wrapping up anytime soon.
Yeah, like, so by Prime 1 standards nowadays, this is an eternity for
Most
the seed,
seeds would be
right?
done by this.
Are most seeds like sub-hour RTA now? Like, what
If you
what
if
have
you
the
get easy
developments been?
artifacts.
Yo, vanilla E-Tank. Okay, Sasquatch. The frustration power shots. I feel it. Okay.
I have no regrets.
Days on Mines East.
Okay, so he's, I think, hopefully.
I don't think
looking for
Sasquatch
the
has any
fastest
checks
way
left.
to-
Like,
just Sun Chamber. That's it.
it's a Sun
That's
Chamber,
all I
but
can
like,
think of,
that's
yeah.
still... Even if Sasquatch goes Sun Chamber, if Interslice goes Lower Mines, I think Sasquatch still has a slight lead. But then it comes down to final bosses. Like,
It's really going to depend on where Interslice goes. Because if he makes the, quote, logical play and goes to Lower Mines, that
yeah,
I
Lower
think
Mines
it's
is
Sasquatch's
completely
game.
open right now.
Yeah. I think it's Sasquatch's game at that point. But if he, if Vendrana's on the way, or, something,
Yeah. I've had
And-
so many plays like this where Phazon Soup wasn't, like, is the last check, and I get Plasma as my, like, second to last check, and it's like, well, I'm going to Lower Mines. Like,
yep.
it's going to be one of those fungal halls or
It's where
something.
the most checks are at that point.
Yeah, like, I have been in a situation like this where this has been the exact gamble, and that decided it. And it just so happens that it's actually the other way around, where it's just one of those, like, outer echelon, whatever you want to call it, like Vendrana checks that just has it. Okay, so Interslice is going through Overgrown Cavern. Which elevator does that go to?
Your guess is as good as mine.
I haven't really been paying attention, unfortunately. I just know they've had access to everything.
Everything but the elevators. I can tell you one elevator connection, which is the front of Chozo.
Okay,
to the
Sasquatch.
station.
It appears that Sasquatch is going frigate. They are back in Talon. They have already done. He's already done Life Grove. Like, it's just bars and. Oh no, this is Overgrown Cavern. This is a high five, like right here. The fateful high five. Oh no, never mind. This is Talon Canyon. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, where are the
If it was
roots?
a high five, that would mean
Yeah.
Interslice is going to Vendrana.
Yeah.
And that would have literally changed the game.
So this is a bit unfortunate for Sasquatch in terms of time because it is tucked away in just that little nook there in Hydro Access Tunnel. But
Yeah. We'll probably have to.
Sasquatch is going to be very, very happy.
Unless he has fortunate elevator logic, he's probably going to have to snake his way back through Frigate to get back here. But Sasquatch, I think, is in
Yes. Okay.
the best shape he can be in.
Sorry, I'm not rooting for either player. I'm just I'm just
He just
rooting for
wants it
good
to be
randomizer,
over.
okay? No, this is great. I'm having a great time. Like this is exactly what I hoped would happen when this is
what I
like
hope
every
happens
commentator's
with every
dream.
match I commentate, but what I hope doesn't happen in everyone I race.
Yeah. The content that I ask for. It's crazy because like the rest of Frigate is actually vanilla. If you think about it.
Yeah.
This is why you also kill the turrets first, unless you're brave. Okay,
I mean,
Sasquatch
he's
is
got
brave.
plenty
I
of
respect it.
E-tanks and
I
full
respect
damage
it.
reduction.
I've gotten bullied by those turrets so much. I'm just like, okay, I'm killing the turrets, and I'm just gonna go through. Fine, like, so be it. Interslice is going through Magmore, and where does?
I feel like he's taking a route to.
Looks like it's to mines.
I'm sure there's some elevator in here that takes you to mines.
Yeah. So this is wow. I mean, even
This is Sasquatch's game at this point.
yeah. I mean, it's crazy. I think the power bomb. I think the very beginning of the seed really did decide it in a way, but like even then, like
Because that was like a 30. Well, not quite. Because
it was
he had
it was like
another
probably like 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Because Sasquatch and Interslice both found a whole lot of nothing.
Jeez.
It's just that I would think it's maybe a little bit less so the bombs on Flagra and just the IS to determine all IS plays.
Yeah. Interslice could have easily done IS there. With the Sheegoth fight.
And like I understand the commitment to either decision because it's a minute. Like IS is still inherently a risky play because you are wasting a minute of time needing to do the check.
Usually one check, yeah.
Yeah. Granted, for Chozo Ice Temple, I think IS there makes the most sense because you have. It's like it's such a restrictive check. I feel like Elder Chamber technically too, but like. It's just like when you're in Chozo Ice Temple, you only need like space jump and bombs like initially, and like with Elder Chamber, you're gonna need Ice Beam and a fair bit of stuff just to, or at least like beam. I don't know.
Some people panicking in chat now that they realize Interslice is going to be 0 and 1 and how that's going to affect Swiss rounds.
I mean, this is also probably refreshing news for other highly seeded players who
it certainly is
who were you know more or less expected to win just based on skill difference alone. Like just reality of things. Sasquatch is going to be feeling so many emotions right now. I think.
And we're going back.
Like some bomb laying. I don't know if it's just.
Checking elevators.
Magmar West, and that goes, I don't... So the monitor station? Oh, yeah. I mean, this is fine.
Well...
Chozo Ruins West Main Plaza, Chozo Ruins South. I would honestly just stay in Talon.
Yeah. I think he found a short enough route, honestly.
Fair enough. That also works. Maybe this is the seed punishing them for not having warp to start on. Well, actually, that wouldn't have mattered because it's not a landing site start. So I stand corrected.
Yeah, but warp to start could have really helped Interslice, I'll tell you that.
So, Thardus assisted go mode for Sasquatch. Now Interslice. So Interslice still is not in whatchamacallit, is not
he's making checks along the way.
Yeah, not in mines, but yeah, like I'm curious
Which is unfortunate because it's just slowing him down a lot more.
I am curious if going for Chozo like this suggests that Interslice might want to put off mines in favor of Findrana. Because if Shorelines is close by, which I thought it was, then Interslice can duck in, check it, and then it's like, okay, like I'm just gonna mines afterwards.
Maybe. He has all the artifacts too now, so he just needs that Chozo Ice Temple check.
I don't know what's going through Sasquatch's mind, because I mean the bombs play, but then like you'd think like Interslice may decide that's worth checking.
I think
at the very
Sasquatch is thinking, why hasn't Interslice finished yet? And just thinking about that question.
Yes.
But
that could all
trying to hurry up while that situation is true.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting interview session.
Oh yeah.
And that is true. Interslice did make up a lot of time. A lot of checks that Interslice didn't need to make after the second pass.
The fact that it's this close with the mistake he made at the beginning is really, really telling to his skill.
I don't even know if you would consider it a mistake. It's just an unfortunate, seed layout.
Well, I mean, for sure.
I mean,
but I think Sasquatch maybe took just a little extra time to think,
yeah,
I've got 4 power bombs. I can just do the backwards Flagra. Whereas Interslice was like, no bombs, moving on.
Yeah, I'm not an expert on the current meta. I've only competed in the first tournament, but like, even in my eyes, like, Morph Ball, power bombs, Sun Chamber access start, like, yeah, you can't help but be a little bit curious.
Yeah.
And
I think Sasquatch's curiosity Interslice was like, there's better checks everywhere else.
Yeah. This is such a seed just to unpack like it all, you know.
I think, and this is honestly like really one of those unfortunate situations where I feel like overall, Interslice played smarter, and if he goes to lower mines, like that's the smart play quote right now, but he's just getting punished for it.
Yeah, like I don't know. I do retort though that Sasquatch I think did play smart. I think
He did play, yeah,
with the knowledge of how to
he
flogger
wouldn't
power
be at the end of
bombs.
the game if he hadn't. But.
Yeah, that flogger check, getting that out of the way in the very beginning, I just think makes the most sense, regardless of whether it's in logic or not. Like, which, as we know, it was.
Yeah, especially because you're just usually one of the reasons you avoid Flagra. The fight takes a while, which you can't do too much about. Although the power bomb one is the backwards door,
Yeah.
I should say, is helps with that. But really, just getting there because it's a little out of the way, and that eliminated essentially that factor when they started there. So I think you would do that as long as you had the power bombs.
It's gonna be very interesting to see how Interslice plays his seeds out in the future brackets. Oh, I missed the shot to go for flyby skip.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's not really making. I mean, Sasquatch is. Oh, and Interslice is doing the mines play. Yeah, so that's basically going to seal it for
final nail in the coffin.
Yep. Barring anything outlandish happening, this is Sasquatch.
Unless Sasquatch dies like twice in the Metroid Prime
Yeah.
fight.
I mean, with what, like almost 10 E-tanks and alt suits. Yeah, Sasquatch
see a
can
very-
just tank everything.
Very pro strat from Sasquatch here, where you boost into Ridley and he loses.
And you win.
most of his health. You basically
Spin to win. You got the sauce playing. I don't know. Trying to extend the joke past its probably proper lifetime.
I appreciate the commitment.
That's what I try to do. Good snipe. Ridley cooperating.
Yeah, this is.
Excellent snipe
That was
again.
a very,
Oh,
very
but the
good fight.
invulnerability.
Oh.
It's fine. Just gonna
Overall,
seal the
very
deal.
good fight, though. Yeah. The flyby skip trick that Bash mentioned is pretty much a trick shot. 1 in 30.
It is a. Let me describe how bad it is. It is frame perfect. So this is a 60 FPS game. So you have a 16 millisecond win, or a was a 0.6016 millisecond window or
I thought
something
it
like
was
that.
a 2-frame trick.
Or 60 millisecond window. Sorry. You have like the best visual cue you have is like the very end of Ridley's. As soon as Ridley's wings are at the topmost position, and it is
Which
still
by the
that
time
precise.
you realize that, they're usually on their way down. And
Yeah. Like, you usually know what happens is if Ridley gets knocked back, you were too early, and if Ridley just flies away, you were too late. That is generally how that trick goes in practice. You just miss it, and then you see the immediate feedback of what went wrong. Like, too late, too early, and then just right. So, I mean, there is that benefit of, like, again, you just know immediately what happened.
Sasquatch also going for a climb.
Punished by nothing in literally nothing in Phazon mining tunnel.
And we enter the final fight of the game for Sasquatch. Wouldn't you know it, it is Metroid Prime.
So I mean, I don't know about sentimentally the final fight. Like, Randomizer never truly ends. You just play another seed and keep going. I forget this plasma pirate's name. I think it has a name. Don't remember. Drakenif could fill me in.
There's a name for half the pirates in the game. I think
What's
at
that?
one point, commentating a match like this, we named the Hunter Metroid in Frost Cave, and I've already forgotten. I think it was Fred.
I think I know the Metroid at the top of ore processing, unless it just applies to all the Metroids in ore processing, is Irwin. Oh,
Well, there's Jack and Jill and Impact.
I believe it's Frederick the Plasma Trooper. I believe it's
Ah.
Frederick. I believe it's Frederick.
Between
wrong.
us, we can think of all the names.
It's just so interesting how Edward is just like the most commonly accepted like name. Edward the pirate.
And then you get Calvin. And then you get Ivan.
Yeah.
and you just
Calvin too,
out
yeah.
of control.
I'd say Calvin probably tops the list of just like unquestioned pirate names, and then Edward's just a little bit below Calvin. Like, if you think about it, like Calvin has the drip. Like the name I think makes a little bit of sense if you're a bit of a fashion guru or have some fashion
Take
sense.
your word for it.
What am I talking about?
I don't know. That's why I'm taking your word for it. So we're seeing on Sasquatches and just how much of a difference this.
Look how disappointed OP has. Like, I'm sorry, I don't have it. Dead now.
And do we know if Interslice checked PCA?
Steve the Pirate. I just watched Dodgeball this weekend. No, because neither player had plasma until they had
Oh, you're right.
frigate.
Interslice is just.
Interslice's like, yes, I got.
I would not
the
be
thing I
surprised
need."
if he just forfeited when he saw PCA.
I don't know, because I mean, I would imagine Interslice possibly thinking like, okay, if Sasquatch is playing from
I
behind,
wouldn't blame him.
yeah. If Sasquatch hasn't finished yet, like frigate or like legit just unfortunate routing, like I don't know, also vanilla tank. It's great. I mean, hey, it ain't over till the fat lady sings. So like Interslice, keep still going. Like, I get it. I mean, the same thing happened to me with my match against Z Chaotix. So.
Ideally, unless there's extraneous circumstances, you really never want to.
Yeah.
Before you see it.
Like, yeah, like no matter how behind you feel or no, like I usually see top players still persist because I mean, hey, like it's again the win is still within grasp.
Yeah.
Might seem that way, like.
Yes, welcome to Sub-Chamber 4 on the Metroid Prime Exoskeleton fight, where literally anything can happen, especially if it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and this is where Sasquatch not falters, but like this is what's gonna bite Sasquatch a bit because you want to stay as close as possible to Exo because you're always better off, I would argue,
Especially
getting that guaranteed lock
the last one. Yeah.
with the that guaranteed like stun lock, if you will, with keeping Exo in the melee loop. Now again, it is more oh, that is 2 changes. Okay, there we go. That's actually good because then that gives a guaranteed hit for Sasquatch. I mean, it doesn't matter because Interslice basically bought Sasquatch time.
Yeah, I think if you are feeling ahead, right, Ice Spreader where it was would have been probably a smart play, but I think both of these runners were probably feeling behind, especially while they were in Chozo. Interslice because of the mistake, and Sasquatch because he was against Interslice.
There's a soft reset from Interslice.
Yeah, he saved at main quarry, but I don't know what he checked. And then reset.
I mean, he didn't find anything of use because we know where Plasma is.
Yeah. Maybe he found Wavebuster.
Found Inghive
It was
P3.
I was like, nope, I'm resetting.
Bit of a teaser for the tomorrow's match with Uncle Reggie and who was it, Lokir? I think it was. Could be wrong. Yeah. All Nothing's replaced with Waybusters as the only racer agreement.
We've got Metroid Prime Essence form here. You stand in pulls. Sasquatch is doing a technique known as attack canceling, where we're trying to do attack canceling. It might be a little quick.
Yeah, some of them are a little quick, but I think that is a bad.
Yeah, he's got a.
Yeah, it's gonna be. There's gonna be a pull cancel there. No, never mind.
Lucked out.
Okay, Sasquatch I think is playing a little bit panicky. If you're in this situation, just walk to the wall as far away from the corpse as possible,
just back up.
Essence will always cooperate with you.
So what he was trying to do.
Thankfully, Sasquatch is okay.
Yeah, so what he was trying to do here, and you'll probably see it again here, where he's trying to shoot it just as Metroid Prime is about to do another
As soon as the
attack,
chin stops moving, you're good.
Yeah. And that'll just make him lay more phase-on pulls faster,
like
which just lets you have more ammo to beat.
I think Sasquatch just realized that, and now you're seeing more deliberate attack cancels here.
Yeah.
Still not good. Essence still... At this angle, I think they have trouble here. Nope, never mind. Still good. Okay.
Yeah.
Some pull... Like, needs a bit of pull canceling, but, like, yeah. In the bag.
Just
Might just a
few smart
attack
shots here, and Sasquatch wins.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't even matter. Like, Sasquatch has so much time available. Oh, never mind. That's it. That's time for... yep.
Of 1 hour, 55 minutes, 57 seconds.
And we do have a forfeit from Interslice.
Yep.
GG's.
So that is a GG for Sasquatch.
I think that Lower Minds solidified the sub 2, like, or the lack of Lower Minds.
Absolutely.
Hello.
We have joining here with us Sasquatch954. Sir, hello.
Hello.
How do you feel?
What a seed.
My anxiety is through the roof right now.
I had a feeling from that Essence fight. I was like, I bet, like, you're going through all sorts of emotions.
Yeah.
But congratulations.
Yeah, that was
Thanks.
that was definitely a chase around Talon 4, and you came out on top. Were there any particular parts or things like that where you just we saw a couple of frustration shots as various progression items were found? Any that really rubbed you the wrong way?
Yeah. That gravity suit on Thardis, that was exactly the item I did not want to see.
And we have Interslice here in the call with us. Hello.
Hello, GG Sass.
Thanks. GG's Interslice.
Interslice, you had an interesting start to the seed.
I sure did.
Care to elaborate for Sasquatch's benefit?
So I kind of did not go to Flagra first, and I dropped right down and spent about 30 minutes combing all of Talon 4 for bombs, and they were nowhere to be found. And I figured, once I got to Observatory, I realized, I probably made a mistake. I should go at least save here, check Flagra, because I thought you couldn't do Flagra without bombs, because I forgot that that first bomb slot doesn't really activate until you hit that cutscene.
Yeah, that was you showcased a strategy I don't think I had definitely never seen before. I don't think a lot of people had ever seen, where you just started a second save file to check Flagra, and then had to keep going with it.
Yeah.
You had no mode, so you were able to catch up pretty quickly. And for the both of you, it was kind of neck and neck. Sasquatch did IS in near Ice Temple and got Phazon suit fairly early,
I knew I should have done that, man.
but then was looking for Plasma Beam.
Okay.
You found Plasma Beam first because you went to Frigate first, but then that baited you into going to Lower Mines looking for Phazon suit that wasn't there. So it was a decent race for the majority of the race, and
Yeah,
we
it
could
was
not
still
have
very
asked for
close.
better entertainment. To be perfectly honest.
So I'm guessing you had to wait until you got Spider in Frost Cave to go back for your bombs,
No, I had to just start
or did
over.
you do?
I had to just start a new file.
Oh, you just did a
30
full
minutes in.
reset.
Yeah.
Because even if Interslice got Spider and supers, I think you still can't get around bombs.
Yeah. 'Cause you have
To
to bomb.
It was those
actually
little
to
hops,
propel yourself up
yeah.
the
So we were wondering before that reset happened, like, is he gonna try to do some weird out of bounds thing? Like what how is he gonna handle it? And eventually
It's insane how warp to start being turned off
Yeah, I know.
really punished you both. Like, and it punished like, yeah. I don't. I'm sorry.
punished Interslice for the most
Punished
part.
Interslice, yes. Like,
Yeah. That's what I get for advocating to turn it off.
I mean, I still understand the reasoning behind it, given the current state of warp to start, but still.
Yeah, I think it's much nicer with random elevators and random start for reasons like this.
It was definitely much more interesting from a viewer perspective.
What a seed and what a race.
Yes, we're all thanking Uncle Reggie for that generation.
Family member Reginald.
Actually, I think Bellator genned it.
And passed off the blame to Reggie.
It's a solid.
Oh, did they?
We're not sure. The
'Cause I was-
truth is fluid right
Because
now.
I was under the impression. Because Bellator is the only TO who's not participating in the tournament, that they would generate most of the TO seeds. But who knows? I
I
guess.
mean, most maybe, but
I'll
maybe
have to
not
find
all.
out.
Who knows? Yeah.
My
you're
goodness.
gonna find out and name some names. Well, it was a fun match to watch, guys. Either of you have any final comments before we wrap it up?
I don't think so. I felt my routing was decent, other than last location in Plasma.
I think my mistakes were pretty obvious. Maybe going with standard elevators next time.
Just as a palate cleanser.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as Bash is already on top of in chat, be sure to follow both of the runners on Twitch. The links there in chat, as well as the commentators and trackers. Nomad and Op, thank you both for tracking. You guys did great, especially with some of those resets.
We do have Bellator saying it is still 100% Reggie.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, both of you played fantastically today. Like, kudos, seriously. Like, the seed was punishing.
Yeah.
I honestly can't understate how fun it was to watch this.
I can't wait to go back and watch it.
We also have a Discord. We have the challenge there in chat, as well as the schedule of upcoming matches. They're going to be happening all week up until Sunday for this first round. Bash Prime, thank you for joining me on commentary. Be
It
sure to
was a
follow me
pleasure,
as well.
Elias. Thank you so much.
Well, unless anyone has anything else to say.
Please follow the commentators.
Yes.
Yeah, and big shoutouts again to Nomad and Op82 for tracking. I believe
Yeah.
Reed has us covered with that command. Yep,
Yeah.
indeed does.
He's on it in the chat. So that'll wrap it up for this match. Like I mentioned, we've got several more coming out throughout the week. You guys have the schedule link, and I guess we'll see you all
Can
next
I-
mission.
Real quick,
wait.
can I throw in one more shout out?
One more.
Shoutouts to it's like Schrodinger's like Reggie or Bellator or both of them. We don't know still for this seed. I'm done. That's it.
Shout
Thank
out
you.
to
They
the
don't
seed
get hate
generator.
mail. It's intentional.
See you next mission, everyone.
See you next mission.